Hello, everyone, and welcome into another edition of the United Spurs of America podcast. With your host, as always, I'm Michael. He's Jacob. And first off, I'm going to go a little bit outside the box here. I'm going to go a little bit on the fly here. I just want to say big up everyone in the chat already. The chat is active. The chat is popping already early on in the stream. So I just want to give a shout out real quick. And I also want to give a shout out to Jacob, my one of my best friends, one of my brothers, someone that means so dear to me. Great new intro, man. What a heater. Shout out to all of our patrons as well. If you want to become a patron, we'll drop the link as always. Jacob is always on top of that. But first off, happy Friday, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're tuning in from today. I know everyone is already in the chat across the pond saying it's a little bit late over there, but regardless, thank you guys for joining us today. Big up everyone in the chat. Big up yourself, Jacob. Welcome in, my friend. Happy Friday.
Welcome. Thankful that I'm feeling a little bit better. This week
you look better.
Last
You look
week.
better.
I feel like I look a little better. I got some of my color back. I'm washed up. I'm cleansed. I think I still got a little bit of the congestion. So excuse my voice again for the evening. Excuse my voice, but thank you also to my father-in-law. He made a nice little track for. I told him I wanted something for a little stream is about to start video, and he came up with that himself. He made that from scratch. So appreciate everyone who sat back and enjoyed that. Also appreciate the patrons, just like Michael said. Michael, I'm feeling good. I'm once again caught up in the emotions of feeling excited when Tottenham Hotspur play, and I can't help it. People want to say, oh, fans are the problem, this or that. I don't give a good golly, because at the end of the day, when Tottenham Hotspur about to play, when we're less than 24 hours out, which we currently are, it's hard to keep my pants from becoming capris. It is hard to keep my emotions inside, Michael. So I'm feeling great. I'm feeling pumped as always. Let's say what's up to some people in the chat. We got Alan Sibley. He was hitting up saying he might not be here, but then I think I saw
he's
him.
Here.
He's here. Shout
here.
out Alan 10-inch Sibley, the one and only. Adrian Schroeder says United Spurs podcast straight after this podcast. Hell yeah.
Why not?
Why not? Double up. I love it, Adrian.
Run back.
Big up Rob Ragnarsson. Yeah, there he is. Alan, he made me stay up late. I did holler at him in the chat and I said I made something for you. So that intro also goes out. I wanted to say thank you to Alan Sibley for constantly being a supporter of the pod. If many of you don't know, we are officially monetized, so we have to keep it a little bit buttoned up, at least for the jump. But we are available for super chats now. That is a little banner that I was gonna make. Who's gonna be the first one? That's what I was asking. Leo was talking. He trying to jump in there and get the first one. I don't know who's gonna be the first one.
Back.
I don't know.
It feels good to say that. Super chats are back,
bro. You could super chat us now. I mean, what's up with that? How did that happen? How did they let us do that? I don't know. But that's a big shout out to everybody supporting the channel, sharing, liking, and subscribing as they always do. Please partake in that poll. Once again, I'll never ask you in the poll, have you liked and subscribed? I'm just going to ask you kindly to do that throughout the show. I'm more asking and interested in how are we feeling? That's something Michael asks me. That's something I ask Michael. We want to know how we're feeling. And you know what? I'm feeling pretty damn good despite maybe top 4 not mattering. I mean, we could talk about it. But big up everyone in the chat. Adrian Schroeder, big up Jamie. There's a patron member as well. Big up Jamie. Big up Kuva as well. I think we might have a wild Kuva appearance. Actually, I've not done my job, and but Kuva is a very busy man. He's hard to finagle, so I've thrown the fish line out, and we might see him. We might not. Hopefully we do. Hotspurs, big up. Another official supporter in the house is big up Jacob and Mike. Mark Cousins, big up guys. Big up yourself, Mark. Mark is always Pochettino in case you didn't know, Michael. Every chat he's in, he's saying big up Poch. Big up Ellie as well. Says incoming company, I hear. Hey, I wouldn't say no. Hotspur, interesting intro. Thank you for watching that. Big up Carl Simpson.
Our first super chat, and it had to be. Did it not? It
was always gonna be. It was always gonna be.
It's kind of like Harry Kane for Tottenham, Alan Sibley for the United Spurs of America channel.
It was always
had to be him, the first super chat on this channel. We appreciate you, Alan, as always. He has his own tier named after him, just because he is just a legend, like just a true legend of the channel. So, thank you so much, Alan. Seriously.
Oh, we got another one coming in
from
Patty Hartnett. Come on.
Thank you,
Big
man.
up. There we go. The first
Appreciate
two
you,
just
Patty.
rolled in. Appreciate you, Patty.
Wow. Want to be the
Big
first to
up.
support my American brothers. You are almost the first. Yeah, we'll call it a tie just because it was back to back. And it both says at 3:58 p.m. I'm going to count it as the same. But thank you,
Bro,
Patty.
they both came in at 3. Oh, yeah, I'm going to screenshot that,
€5.
actually. I've got to screenshot that because
£2
that's actually really
and 5
cool.
euros. We love to see it. Thank you, lads. We appreciate
Big
you
up,
guys.
y'all. Thank
Big
you.
up,
That
big
actually
up, big
that
up.
means a lot, man. That means a lot. Not just to me, but to Michael as well. I know that. I've screenshotted that. You both super chatted at the exact same time. Don't ask me what those currency symbols are. I don't know.
Hey, I already got it for you. I already said it, so you don't even have to worry about it. I already said it.
I appreciate that.
£2 and 5 euros.
Big up, Patty. Big up, Alan Tennant.
Appreciate you guys.
Big up. Oh, we just got a third.
Oh,
we got
let's
number
go.
3. Hey, this is also someone
Ellie.
Ellie's been in the house, and she's been supporting the channel since the very get-go as well. So big up Ellie as well. Start low, but I'll finish on a high.
She's
just
one
like
of our
Son.
own, by the way, if you didn't know. She's one of our own.
Oh, she's definitely one of our own. She's homegrown contract and everything. Tottenham through and through, Queen Ellie.
Tottenham
Big
through and
up.
through.
Wow, 3 super chats
Queen of
within
Tottenham.
3 minutes. That's pretty special, y'all. You're touching my heart. You're touching my soul, and I appreciate that. That's very kind of you.
Wow.
It just
back,
happened
Jacob.
like
We're back.
yesterday, bro. It
We're
just
back.
happened. It happened yesterday. We got monetized. I was so excited. I texted Michael. I don't call him because Michael's just such a grown man. He's such a grown young man, and I don't want to bother him too much if he's working or if he's with the wifey. So I always just slide him a text, and if he can holler at me, he will. And I was just like, bro, I can't believe I'm watching an ad on our channel right now, and that's actually very surreal to me. But we are past 10 minutes, so I guess I can drop an F-bomb. But they did say to try to not be too frivolous with the cursing. Make it like a music video. So if we're going to do it, we got to do it in a manner in which, I don't know.
We'll
but either
pray in a
way,
few minutes, YouTube. Don't worry. We'll keep it PG.
we'll keep it PG. Big up Ellie with the 3rd super chat ever in the history of United Spurs of America YouTube channel. That's pretty special, y'all. I'm very touched. I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about. Yeah, thank you so much. Wow, that's very cool. Also want to say special shout out Perchy as well. The Monday show will be coming back. We got Perchy. He's handling his grown man business as well. So once Perchy's back in his comforts of his home, we will continue that Monday show. So don't worry about that. Big up everyone. Big up Cursor as well. He's in the house. Like is secured. Make sure you're securing the like for the boys one time if you can. I see 23 likes
button as well.
Yeah, I see 23 likes.
2K.
Hey,
We're at
we're
1.2K.
1.2K.
1.3 almost.
Almost at that 1.3. We can hit that 1.3. But also, please partake in the poll as well. I see 18 votes. How we feeling about the weekend? Right now, everyone's feeling like we got this. No worries, only just vibes.
What'd you vote for?
Nervous but moist as always. I don't vote, but that's my. I have a little bit of emotion in each of these.
You know
answers.
me. I'm a little bit more pessimistic than you, and I actually voted for "We Got This." No worries, only vibes. I'm only worried. The one thing I'm worried about is whether Son and KANE will score this weekend because I want to see it. If we happen to scrape by with a 1 or 2-0 victory, I'll take it, obviously, but I'll take what I can get. Beggars can't be choosers. But if I can choose, I'm choosing KANE and Son to score. You know what I mean? But other than that, just vibing, man. Nothing but vibes tomorrow morning.
Nothing but vibes. I mean, I feel like game day comes and it is like that. I know last week when we were texting, I was quarantined here in the room, actually just right over there. And I was texting you during the match when Sonny scored. What did you say to me? When Sonny got that 100th goal, Michael, I want you to tell people, or you cannot, but I'm going to ask you, what did you say to me when I was like, Sonny, like I always do? I always text you Sonny whenever Sonny scores.
What did I say? Let's see.
What did you say? I'm not going to call you out. You could tell me if you want. You could tell the world if you want. When he scored that 100th goal, I was feeling great. Michael was still, I think maybe it was just too early in the morning.
I said I feel nothing.
So Sonny scores his 100th Premier League goal. I'm going crazy because obviously I'm on the Heung Daddy clan, and whenever he scores, it's a party.
I usually am too, but I don't know. I think it was just because I was a little bit grumpy in the morning. I don't know. Maybe that was it.
And I think that just I mean, it doesn't matter. Do we want top 4? Do I want to see us in Champions League football? I always do, but not if we're not going to compete, or at least
not if we're going to get spanked.
What's the point of top 4 if these?
I'd rather win the Europa or the Conference League than get spanked in the Champions League.
Yeah, let's play in something that we got a chance to win. I understand the money aspect of it slightly, but I just think that for me, I want to play to win. You play to win the game. That's a famous quote here in American football. You play to win the game. And honestly, sometimes we don't play like that. So I worry. I do worry. Adrian Stroker, that is correct. Only 15 hours and 55 minutes till kickoff. We are very fast approaching. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Once we get in that 24, you're right, Michael. I think I am a little bit more vibes. No worries, we got this. But I do think the problems of Tottenham Hotspur still remain.
Bournemouth just suck, bro. Like, that's just my
Dyer's ass.
take on it. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, let's call it how we see it.
That's true. But so is Bournemouth. You know what I mean? Bournemouth don't have Harry Kane and Heung, son. That's where
they got Kiefer Moore. He liked scoring against us. Didn't he get a brace? We were trying to prevent him so hard.
Fair.
My wife just popped in to say hello. I'm just gonna wait.
You're good. You're good. I'll say hello too.
I think she was on FaceTime, and my niece, she calls me Hakoko, and I think she wanted to see me. So,
big up.
Shout
Sonny,
out my
though.
niece.
Seriously, big up, Sonny.
Yeah, big up, Sonny. Glad for Sonny. That's right. Hey, here we go. Bobby K with a super sticker.
All right.
Hey,
thank you, Bobby K.
Bobby
Appreciate
K's
it,
in the house with a super sticker. Let me see what that looks like. I need to pull it up on YouTube. It is a big thumbs up from like a green alien guy. So hell yeah. Big up Bobby K for the sticker. I am starring these, and at the end, I do want to make that a thing that we do. You know, if you do super chat, I will pull it up before the show ends and specifically shout you out again, just for showing some love to the channel in a manner in which is above and beyond a like and subscribe, which I'd kindly ask you to do that as well. But you know what? You know what's also, I think, just a little bit more sweet than a super chat is the person who just joined in the back. He's smiling. I think he's ready. I think he's ready. Let's bring him in. He's a very good friend of the channel, a very good friend of us and myself. Anytime we talk with him, it is a great time. Let's welcome in Kuva.
Big up, mates.
How you feeling?
It's good to be on the channel again. It's like, I made the rule
welcome
on
back.
serious football shows, but you know what? He just got this chilled vibe. I can't stay away.
It's kind of like Tottenham itself. Well, at least for me, and that's what Jacob reminded me again last weekend. They just always suck you back in sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it's just inevitable sometimes. And for me, it happened again, Kuva. I actually got excited when we scored last weekend. When Harry Kane put it away and made it 2-0, I got excited, man. I can't lie. And they sucked me back in. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. How are we feeling, Kuva? How are we feeling over there?
Not working for me. I mean, bar a watch along I did with Sava one time, and I wasn't really paying attention to the game. I've decided not to watch the last 5 matches. I'm just not bothered. I just want this season to end. Not feeling the vibe at all with the team. Total disconnection. Hate the way we're playing. And we're just relying on basically our star names to bail us out of games. We were, by all accounts, awful against Brighton. Had to rely on some outrageously bad VAR.
That was bad. It was bad.
I
don't know what y'all talk about. I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, I've heard you're playing.
I ain't seen nothing, officer. Your Honor, I don't know who you're talking
Here's
about.
Where I'm at. I don't care, and it's about time it happened for us instead of against us, because there's been countless times, man, where we've gotten fucked over either by the referee or VAR or something else, even off the field stuff. So for me, I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna take him where I can get him.
I feel it's kind of balanced out for us over the years. I mean, we had some outrageous stuff going on against Man City, didn't we? Down the Champions League run to the final. We got away with some murder in a lot of games due to VAR. I remember joking that was our on for our Player of the Year some seasons, VAR. So yeah, I think it's painful when it has those matches where it evens out, but I think you can't ignore
It was
the
bad.
fact that
It was bad.
some of the decisions are just awful. I think
it was bad.
I think the sport's just better off without it.
I still don't know how Mitoma didn't actually draw that penalty when he got stepped on by Højbjerg. That was disgusting. I thought for sure they were going to call a penalty, and they said no. They just said no.
I didn't think for sure nothing. I didn't see shit. I didn't see no one get stepped on. Talking about Mitoma toes, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no Mitoma toes get stepped on. I don't even think Højbjerg was in the box at the time of that. Whatever y'all thought you saw.
It was a different game, wasn't it?
Different game. Yeah, y'all were watching something else. I didn't see nothing. Big up Adrian Chia, also coming in here with a super chat.
Thank you.
Big up Adrian says, congratulations on getting monetized. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Everyone has been very, very kind to us. How many is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4. 4 super chats already on the first. I mean, I'm humbled, and you're very kind to me. Very kind to me
6.
and Michael.
That's 6.
Is that 6? I got.
That's 6.
I only got 5 starred. I got Adrian Stroka starred as well.
That's just Adrian.
Oh, yeah, 5. Yeah, sorry, 5. But still. Big up, everyone. Appreciate it.
Showing some love.
Drive along in the Ferrari at the end of the month, then.
That'll be Jacob.
I already called my guy. I said, "Hey, I'm gonna need 2 Ferraris pulled up.
Yeah,
we got monetized yesterday.
Might as well get them ready."
Michael said he prefers the Lambo, so I'm seeing what my guy could do.
Yeah.
I'm too big for a Porsche. Porsches are not made for men of my stature.
That's what the Porsche for.
I'll take a Porsche.
We're gonna get the Porsche for Michael. Get the Porsche deal for Michael.
I think I'm with you on Lambos, though. I mean, if it's for performance, you go Ferrari. But for pure look, you go for Lambo every time.
Honestly, I would save all that money. I would get a decent sized car that I fit in comfortably, that has AC vents in the back for my son, and I'm pretty good with that. And I'll use the rest of that money on a trip to somewhere in Europe. How about that?
Nice.
And I'll live like a king for a week somewhere else. And
I think I'll probably go with the Flintstone mobile. I like the sort of air and lots of leg room.
It is, yeah. The air and the draft also for the location of the air is prime. Actually, they've worked on that many times. But big up Adrian Chia for the super chat. I'm gonna put that one right there in the saved column, and we'll shout you out at the end of the show. So big up Adrian for showing some love. We were also getting some love. I tried to change the damn setting to where these comments don't cover Kuva's beautiful face. So I'm gonna switch that, and I'm gonna see if I could get this damn setting. It says shift videos up for comments and banners, and I clicked it, and it's just acting like I did not click it. But Ellie says Kuva is just like Eric the Viking, the Scandinavian with the desire to see Spurs play sexy football again. I think she was saying that to Bobby K, but you got a lot of love as soon as you popped in the room, Kuva, and I hope you've seen some of that as well. Mark Cousins wants to Aston Martin.
That'd be nice too.
Alan, you know what I said to you the other night about this? I didn't see shit. Hey, Alan, I don't know what y'all talk about. I didn't see nothing. Y'all talk about, oh, there should have been this, there could have been that. I ain't seen nothing, man. I ain't seen nothing.
I love it. If you get accused of bias, just own it. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I mean, here in America, I don't know about where everyone else lives. We have a thing called the Fifth Amendment, Your Honor. I'm going to plead the Fifth. If there's any more questions about VAR versus Brighton, in my opinion, the Seagulls do a lot of damage on their own. They take a lot of things that aren't theirs, and they almost took all 3 points. And you know what? For once, someone took from the Seagulls, and that's a rarity, and I appreciated it. And we did it on our home. And yes, you could argue this and that, but sometimes that's what they say. That's just the way the cookie crumbles, my friend. And luckily, we got the big chunk of the cookie that broke off, and fuck that Seagull. He didn't get no bits of cookie. So
Still getting no bitches.
yeah, still get no bitches too. Ugly ass seagull. I mean, come on. Ugly ass sea. Rats of the sea, man. Rats of the sea.
Rats of the air.
The sea air, yeah.
Sea air.
There we go. Something like that. Big up Ravi.
Big up Ravi.
Big up Ravi as well. Jacob should get one of those Ford Broncos. Hey, then you can see me on the news driving real slow, leading a little police chase in a white Bronco. Shout out if you know. Big up Uncle Rods as well. Big up the panel. Big up the chat.
Big up.
Big up as well. So Kuva, did you actually watch the Brighton match? Nope. Yeah. What did you do? How did you spend your day? What was Kuva up to?
I cooked up 6 chicken fajitas and I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark again because I haven't seen that for many years.
I love Indiana Jones.
Yeah, one of my favorite. Harrison Ford, mate.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Both Han Solo and Indiana Jones. Yeah. Is there a greater actor of all time? No way.
He's
just for those two roles, does me.
He's up there for sure.
Yeah, I'll just prefer doing other things now. I respect my time more than watching Spurs. It's just I'm so fed up with the way we play.
I don't know if you saw it the other week, Kuva, but even I think I gave a shout out to you, and I was like, hey, and I'm kind of the same way when I'm at work and I do happen to miss the matches. Sometimes, most of the time, actually, and pretty much all the time. I can't really be bothered by it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really mind it too much that I'm missing the match these days, especially when we got knocked out of both of the last cup competitions that we were in. That just kind of did it for me. After that, I was just like, what's the point?
It's just because it's been like this for, a few years now, hasn't it?
I don't want to settle anymore. I want more. I want more.
Yeah, you think the big name managers, Mourinho, Conte, wow, this should be great. And it just hasn't been. It's been awful. I preferred the time with Tim Sherwood in charge compared to this, and he didn't really know what he was doing. It's just terrible. I mean, talking to a lot of people my sort of age group, and we remember some of the '90s teams that weren't that great. Some even in the '80s at times, they were, despite the success in the early '80s, we struggled at times when we lost the likes of Hoddle and trying to recover from those sort of things. But there was always something about the team. There was always something sort of spark or bit of effort there. And even when we weren't good, we'd try and throw the kitchen sink at the other team and get the crowd going. There was always something to take home. And I just do not feel that with a lot of the matches we play now. It's like we don't turn up at all and nobody seems to care. It's really bad. I was hearing that.
That reminds me of. Do you know when you say that?
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah. And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah.
Does that look like a person who gives a shit if he wins or loses on the weekend? No, he's gonna go laugh about it. He's gonna go laugh. Oh yeah, we don't win nothing. We're fucking losers.
Hang on. Are we building up for another one? I'm just gonna get my earplugs.
No, everyone's heard me long enough, long-winded about that. It's just when you say things like that, like we don't show up and we don't have any desire or care, we look like we don't give a shit. I just think about that. That's a guy who's been in this locker room for 10 years. You think he cares? How many times has he lost and gone out on the weekend, laughed about it, some Portuguese diner thing that sells fucking fancy food with little froofy poofies on top of a piece of fucking salmon. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a good golly. So I'm trying to keep it as PG as possible because of this gosh darn monetization. But when I start thinking about Eric Dyer laughing in the fucking town with Dave Portnoy at the fact that we don't win anything, it infuriates the hell out of me because I'm over here in Texas, and if I was a part of a loser ass room of people who don't win shit, I might not be out in public laughing about it. That's just my personal opinion. And when you allow people like that in your locker room, you allow that kind of behavior, you allow that mentality. And that's what Jose said. The players here are weak. Conte just literally said the same thing as he effed off to Italy. These players don't want to play under pressure. They're a bunch of P words. And you know what I mean? I agree with him. I agree. We all agreed with Jose, and he got the hell kicked out of him quicker than he could say tostadas. And tostadas. Yeah, it doesn't take too long to say tostadas neither. but he got kicked out the.
Yeah, this what we were talking about the other week when Perchy was on, and I come and joined the show halfway through, and I was talking about compare that to what happened with the Super Spurs back in the '60s, and the absolutely legendary Dave Mackay came to the team, and when the moment he walked through the door, everybody's attitude changed. You had to be competitive at everything at the club. You couldn't even play a game of cards with friends there without playing to win all the time. The competition was absolutely maxed out all the time. Win, win, win. It's driven through you right the way. Everything you do, and it's like that's the furthest we get from what we see at Spurs, isn't it? It really is an attitude of it doesn't matter. You can see it. It's like it's smiles and patting each other on backs, and it doesn't matter if we lost. Have a laugh about it anyway. Other team did well. Big them up on social media. It's like no way should
Full
be
of Joe Hart.
Yeah, get angry. I'm with Jacob on this. You should be blowing your stack on this. You should be absolutely red faced and enraged that he comes up to you with his
man.
Go out like a Wolverine. You just don't take it. Yeah, exactly. If you get in trouble, if you just chin the bloke, just spark him clean out. It doesn't get in trouble for that. I prefer to see that than just the.
I feel like an old school player would be like, you know what? My forehead's about to meet the bridge of your nose. Bam. And that's all you got to do. And you don't ask no dumb questions like that anymore. Whoa, hey, whoa there. Big up. Big
Leo.
Up. Big up to you guys.
Appreciate
Much love.
you,
Big up, Leo, in the house, hitting us with a big old super chat. That's the biggest one so far. Big up, Mile High Hotspur. Big up, Leo Coys. Big up, Parker is in Mexico enjoying himself, getting away from Spurs. I think geographically, he's getting as far away as possible. So he's traveling to South America, getting away from us. Definitely go check out Leo and Parker over there at Mile High Hotspur. Big up, you guys. Thank you so much for the super chat, showing some love on the first monetized stream. I'm going to go ahead and give that a nice little star, and we'll keep that, tuck it away in the pocket, and we'll thank you after the show as well. But big up, Mile High Hotspur. Thank you for showing some love, man. Also, I made a little countdown video, and I put your name in it because I wanted to show some love to all the patrons. So throughout the 4 minutes of the countdown, the countdown to the stream starting, you get a special little shout out there, Leo, because you know what, you're just so dang important to the channel, and you take good care of us. So thank you so much for that super chat. Big up, Rob says, "What's up, fellas?" Nothing. I was just ranting about Eric Dyer. Typical Friday evening. Jacob Wallraven sitting in Texas somewhere, screaming at his TV and his webcam and his microphone about the guy who's named Eric Dyer because he has a loser mentality. Bunch of losers, allowing losers to fester in the locker room, and that's what we've become, a bunch of losers. Big up, Peter M says, "I expect professional footballers to give the all for the club they play for."
You would think, right?
Yeah, that's why he's been getting paid a long time for that, a long time. And what is he doing? Laughing about it, laughing that we're losing, laughing that he's a loser. That's just so mean, man. It's so messed up. Big up, Ron. Nice one, guys. Congrats on crossing 1K. Big up. Thank you. Yeah, we crossed 1K like a month ago, and then YouTube was trying to shake my pockets dry, and they said, "What you doing over there?" And they said, "Hit me up next month." And I said, "Okay, fine." So I hit them up next month, and then they were nice to me this month. So thank you, YouTube, for being so gracious. Yeah, big up YouTube, you motherfuckers. You didn't hear that. Bader, it's time of the week. United Spurs of America. Big up, everyone. Big up, Bader. I believe you're down under. I might be wrong.
Down under.
Might be down under. But big up, Bader. I know you're fasting. I remember you said you were fasting last time, so hope you're doing all right. Ron, Eric Dyer will be the next Virgil van Dijk in the kids division. Honestly, I think Eric Dyer, if he came to MLS, what do you think, Michael? We've both worked in MLS. We've seen the quality firsthand.
He'd be a backup. Good backup.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, and Nkosi Tafara is way better than he is. We should sign Nkosi, let him start in the middle.
Yeah.
Because he could actually do something. Shout out Nkosi.
He'll be good on, like, Houston. Someone bad.
Yeah,
start for
definitely
Houston.
send his ass to Houston's where he can sweat it out nasty. The armpit of America is Houston, Texas, man. Don't. Ooh,
He'll play in Houston.
he'll play in Houston. Yeah, he definitely can start with Houston. He might start with FC Dallas. I don't know, but big up, Ron. Fuck Eric Dyer.
What is he likely to do when he finally calls it quits at Spurs?
Probably going to go to Portugal.
No, he's not going to go back to Portugal. They play technically great football over there. What's he going to do?
He'll probably go to a mid-tier Portuguese team. Watch.
Maybe.
Or maybe Turkey. Maybe Turkey.
Turkey. Oh, link up with Dele Alli again.
At Besiktas. At Besiktas.
Dang, that's
Him and
actually
Dele
really
Alli.
sad. Did y'all see them photos coming out with Dele
Yeah.
Alli and the balloons and
Yeah. Right.
Saudi Arabia? Sorry, I got that wrong. Big up, Bader. Hope you're doing all right out there. Big up yourself, my friend.
Shout out Saudi Arabia.
Shout out Saudi.
Shout out.
Big K, yeah, Big K's not too happy with me lately because everywhere I go, I've been bashing on Eric Dyer just because
Sorry.
I really think that that's part of the problem. Like when you look at like if you're a dermatologist and you're looking at someone's skin and there's an area in their skin it's filled with like boils and freaking like nasty things. I don't know what else. I could just only think about boils. But if there's a bunch of that, you'd be like, we need to target that area and take care of that. And then that'll help the rest of your skin from getting the same shit. And what's happened is we've allowed the ball, we're like, it's not going to kill you. So just leave it on there. And 10 years later, here we are. And then we have a bunch of losers around it. And it's like, well, why is this the mentality? Like, Kuva, you were just saying these games, we just don't do, we just crumble. We crumble. And Bobby K said it when he saw the Everton match. Honestly, this Brighton match, to me, we went and won that game. I don't care what nobody says. 3 points in the bag, baby. They taste good to me.
I wanted to bring it up, Jacob. You want to go ahead and get into Sonny's goal and number 100?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
Because that is how this game
still in
did
the box.
start off last weekend. Sonny
10th
did
minute.
score Premier League goal number 100, and I did want to open it up to you guys. We'll kick it over to Jacob first because it is Sonny, the one and only. It's his son. We all know that it's Jacob's favorite player. But I wanted to ask you first, Jacob. There's a lot of goals to pick from, 100 of them now officially. What is your favorite Son Premier League goal?
It's hard to put into words the emotions watching that Burnley goal that he won the Puskas. It's hard to. That one's special. I'm going to list a few special ones for me. That one's immediately one of my favorite goals I think of because watching him and his smile and his hair just goes. Zzz, it's just like, is he going to keep getting faster and faster? And yes, he did.
And
he did.
He did.
And then I was like, no way he finishes this. This is going to be one of those things we look back like, oh, imagine if he finished that. That'd be the craziest goal ever, right? But he actually finishes it. I remember vividly. I was actually on the way to come visit here in El Paso. It was when I lived in Dallas. On my way to El Paso, and I was watching it on my phone in the car while my wife drove. I wasn't driving. My wife was driving. And it was just one of the most special things I've ever seen on a little tiny phone screen. That I mean, I was screaming in the car. This is before my son was born. So I was like, my wife's like, what's going on? And it's a special goal. Also, he was the first goal scorer at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think that's pretty special. Also for Jose Mourinho, he was the first one to score. I believe he was the first one to score for Antonio Conte and for Nuno. He just takes care of us. He's that nice warm blanket in the cold night when you're out camping and you need a nice warm blanket to help you get through the evening. That one's pretty special. He's got a lot more. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch. But when it comes to Sonny, honestly, also the next one. I want to say the next one is my favorite. This 100th was great because it was Pat and Sonny. Outside of the box, curler, far post. Far post. It's pretty special to watch. That's good. That doesn't really answer your question. I just more like threw a bunch at you.
No,
and
it's
said,
fair
I
enough.
like these, but
It's hard to choose one.
he's just so damn good looking when he does it too. Like, how can you not love the guy?
What about you, Kuva? What's your favorite Sonny Premier League goal?
Of course, the Burnley one's gonna stick in the memory for a long time. That was great. But for me, yeah, the North London derby, putting us 1-0 up against Arsenal with this, the flicked ball from Kane, typical sort of build-up. Sonny taking it early, over the top of the goalkeeper, bent into the far post. Goalkeeper, no chance whatsoever. And it looked so easy. Yeah, it was such a missable chance taking it that early.
The first North London derby with fans, correct? There was like 3,000 fans there
since COVID, but yeah, must have been. It was it's just one of those goals. That's the thing with Sonny though, isn't it? He doesn't really get that many tap-ins. It's either like a genius bit of footwork to make himself some room in the box, or he does these astonishing finishes from range. It's every goal he scores is just a work of art. It seems very rare there's the tap-in. You could argue it's quite often the same with Kane as well. Thinking about it, it's when he was at his, I think Kane at his goal scoring best, prime Pochettino years, when he was at his fittest. It's kind of some of the earlier games. He's developed the all-round game, but when he used to finish so well, it used to be from outside the box, and it'll be low down, just inside the post every time. It was so clinical, and the pair of them, they're just lethal together. But Sonny's goal, Arsenal, London derby, you've got to love it even more when it's against the scum, haven't you? Against the filth, against the that noisy lot down there that hopefully throw the league away this season.
The lead has shrunk. The lead has shrunk, my friend, by 2 points, so it remains to be seen. For me, the one that sticks out the most that I'll probably never forget is actually one that was technically at home, but was not at the Lane or at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It was at Wembley. It was his wonder goal from like almost the halfway mark of the field against Chelsea, where he put Jorginho in a blender, then David Luiz, and then beat Kepa. I think Kepa was the keeper at that point for Chelsea. But the wonder goal against Chelsea at Wembley will always stick out for me. That one was incredible. And then obviously the Burnley one is going to be in the memory for a long, long time since it won the Puskas. But he's had a few of them. He's had some really good goals against West Ham too. Let's not forget the bangers, at Wembley against West Ham. And he's had, I think, another one, a curler against West Ham at West Ham. So he's had a few. There was also a huge one. Would have been a little bit more huge if we had won the game, but he scored one, if you guys remember, at the Bridge in the 15-16 season where we were chasing Leicester, and it was the night that we actually got knocked out of the Premier League title contention. But he had a huge goal to open up the scoring in that one before Kane made it 2, and then obviously we know the rest, so on and so forth. But those for me are just a few of the many, many goals that Sonny has scored. I'll never forget that 16-17 season, man, where we finished second behind Conte's Chelsea. But I think it was the first season where he scored 30 across all competitions. But I think he had did he have 20? I think he might have finished with 18 in the league. But he was absolutely incredible that season. Not only in the Premier League, but in the Champions League, he was all right before we got knocked out in the group stage. But in the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, he had some huge goals. But yeah, man, that 16-17 season, I'll never forget. He had some huge ones. There was the one against, I think it was Swansea late on, where he saved all 3 points against Swansea for us late on in the season. So there's a lot, man. Sonny is an absolute legend, club legend. He's going to go down as one of the best players to ever wear a Tottenham Hotspur shirt, for sure. And we're going to miss him when he's gone. I think hopefully we've seen a sneak peek of the fact that Sonny is not at his too far past his prime and that he still has a lot to offer us. I think it might have just been a systematic issue with Conte, and I think you kind of saw when he was playing in more dangerous positions this past weekend. Obviously, you saw that he scored again, but he just looks a little bit more dangerous. What about you, Jacob?
I was looking into. I didn't hear what you said, and I apologize.
I was just talking about Sonny.
Snoopy said advertising during a video, so I was looking into that. Sorry.
I was talking about how Sonny looks a little bit more dangerous, and how I feel like hopefully we've gotten a sneak peek at the fact that he's not too far past his prime, and that he still has a lot to offer us. It's just about getting him in more dangerous positions. That we saw it on Saturday, and he ended up scoring.
That's the thing is, I've been hoping to see since Conte's departure is let the shackles off the dog and let him run free at the park. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the same problem that's affecting Kulusevski. You know, the guy that we're like, I'm personally like, who the hell is that wearing number 21? Because he doesn't look like Kulusevski to me. And, excuse me, I just think let the shackles off. Let's try something new. Stellini, I guess, is going to have a 3-match ban because of the straight red. So, Ryan Mason, do something. Do something to change my mind about you. Do something. Well, I mean, I guess my mind has always been kind of what Kuva has been saying, which is Mason in.
Your mind is more positive than mine when it comes to Ryan Mason.
Honestly, I still haven't forgiven him for benching Gareth Bale when he was fit and in form and banging goals for us, and he benched his ass for a final. I'm sorry. For Mora, I'm sorry. I have not forgiven him for that. He also started Winks, I think, loser. But not to digress. Big up Chelsea OG in the house. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe. Big up Chelsea OG. Thanks for tuning in to the first monetized live stream here on United Spurs of America. To me, Sonny plays best when he's in a forward role and he's making runs in behind, not with his back to goal, not tracking back, helping defensively. I'm sorry, that's someone else's job. When you're a forward and you're a goal scorer, which is what Sonny is, a goal scorer and a goal contributor, because he can also assist Harry Kane. You got to remember, they got that record together, the most Premier League hookups. They've hooked up the most out of any couple in the Premier League. So that's something pretty special as well. So he's a goal-creating monster. He can score them. He can bang them from left, right, center. It don't matter. Left foot, right foot, center leg. He's got all three. So the thing is, he's always been dangerous. It's just how are we using him? And we've used him incorrectly for the best part of most of the season. And everyone's climbing on my dog saying, oh, Sonny this, oh, Sonny that. But you know what? I think whenever he plays free, he plays without too much defensive responsibilities, we could really start seeing the best of Sonny once again. And he hasn't fallen off. Everyone said he's fallen off, all this and that. Everyone's freaking out about this and that. I'm sorry, I ain't hearing it. Youngman Daddy's on one and only. Cha-ching, take a picture. Take a picture, ho. It's going to last longer. That's what I got to say.
Yeah, I agree. People are saying it in the comments, so take the shackles off. It's when he got a forward line that we saw last season, the way Sonny, Kane and Kulusevski were playing, I don't think you should be asking them to be tracking back to help the rest of the team out. It's to do with the rest of the team have to be supplying them with the ammunition. You got potentially world-class players there that can gun down the opposition. You shouldn't be worrying about them coming into their own half, just doing donkey work for everybody else. I mean, if you're not good enough defensively, concentrate on what you are good at. Get the ball up to them as often as possible. Create those chances. Take the risks. Get people forward. It's better to go down fighting in a 4-3 than sit there and get beat 1-0. It's just a little bit of. It's in the club motto, isn't it? To dare is to do.
To dare is to poo lately.
That's the motto sometimes. It's
lost, isn't it? I mean, for a while they even removed those slogans from the stadium, and I thought perhaps it's because they've been embarrassed by it. There's so many things that I'll just hate the way about that's been going at this club for quite a few years now. Just never.
Here's something,
really.
Kuva. I'm seeing in the comments everyone's saying the ban's overturned. They think, but there ain't been nothing official. I'm looking at Spurs official. I don't have any sense of direction from my club. Where are we going? I mean, there's a nice video taking a trip down memory lane, asking Harry Kane's relive his top 10 goals, whatever. Watch Dan Kulusevski's full interview, 3 previous goals. Who's our manager on the touchline?
Did you see what they dropped today, Jacob?
No,
it was a flashback highlight. Gazaniga's screamer in the FA Cup against Arsenal. They dropped highlights of that on YouTube today.
Oh, that's fun. Was it like this day in history, maybe?
I don't know, but that's what they dropped.
If it's like this day in history, I could get it. It makes sense in a sense. Richarlison looks like he's back at training. Why is there nothing there's no like, hey guys, thanks for being loyal, and here's an update on your club. Here's where we're at. Here's where we're thinking. It's just disappointing.
It just says classic highlights. It doesn't say like on this day or anything. Yeah, I guess it was on the 14th. Yeah, April 14th, 1991. It's
unusual though, isn't it, for this club that the fans seem to be in the dark.
Why can't we have FA Cup highlights from this year of us winning games? Like, I don't want to watch this anymore. I've seen it. I've seen highlights of this game already. I want new highlights. I want us to win a trophy this year. Yeah, I want FA Cup highlights from this year.
We're watching the trophy in your hands now.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah.
This is the trophy that we've had all these years. It's like the FIFA meme where they're holding the invisible trophy and they're like, hey.
The glitch where you're not actually holding a trophy. Just like, there's a lot of that. Oh man. Bobby K, this is a foul comment. If I could, there should be like an upvote system in Reddit, I would downvote the hell out of this comment, Bobby K. Mo Salah has also had a poor season, but no one is talking about Liverpool getting him out. Everyone's talking about sell Sonny, sell Kane. I know. I'm trying to understand that as well. Rowan says, I saw Winks play. Oh, God. I saw Winks play for Sampdoria, and I can say he had the ability to make accurate passes from anywhere of the field. His passing is pretty accurate as well. Cool. Have fun playing in Sampdoria where the fucking weather's nice. Italy treats you right. You get some meatballs after training, and maybe a coach calls you to check if your mac and cheese is nice and warm, and you get tucked in nice. Did you have your Metamucil, my kid? Are you all right, Mr. Winks? Little baby. Keep his ass away from my club. He don't deserve to wear the number 8. It's a disgrace at this point. But big up for the... a lot of people say that, so I might be in the minority. But he's a problem, just like Eric Dyer's a problem, just like Ben Davies is a problem. These legacy players, these people who have a lifetime. If we're LA Fitness or we're the gym, they just have a lifetime membership. They just come take a shit on our floors and then leave, and they're allowed to come back in and do it tomorrow. It's just a disgrace. Keep Winks in Sampdoria. Maybe he can play well with the bottom half of the Italian league. Maybe he can do that because he's not Premier League good. Yeah. He's not Premier League good.
I agree. He might do well in Spain as well. Somewhere where it's not too physically demanding.
Yeah,
he can play. He can play where it's safe.
Play where it's nice and comfy. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Keep Brian Hill in Spain too. That he clearly don't want to play in a cold Wednesday night in Stoke, isn't it? What's the saying? A cold, rainy Wednesday night in Stoke. He don't want to play there. He wants to play in Sevilla, or he wants to play in Barcelona or Mallorca, where the sun's shining real bright and he can get that hair and it's flowing real nice. And I don't blame him. I mean, who's to say you should go play in the cold? But if you're a Tottenham Hotspur player, you got to love to play in that dirty weather. You got to thrive in that weather, in my opinion. And it's weak mentality players, man, and we still buy him. Thoughts on Ben Davies? Will you keep him? I pray.
What?
How many summers have we prayed, Michael, that we don't see Ben Davies on this squad ever again? I think one of the first episodes we made, Michael, and I quote, I remember this so vividly, said, if I have to watch Ben Davies on my squad another season, I'm going to gouge my eyes out with a spoon.
They're unfortunately still intact, as you can see.
Well, we've needed your eyes to keep the show going this long, but I remember when you said that, and that's always been. When are these eyes getting spooned out? Because Davies, he's got that legacy path.
I think one of those big sort of wooden cooking spoons as well, just for the extra difficulty.
Yeah,
that's how bad it is. Yeah, I agree.
I actually have a wooden cooking spoon. That's funny.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to. If you're serious in the kitchen, you need a wooden cooking spoon. That's what Kuva says.
There you go.
There you go.
Advice to live by.
Look at this. Even a Chelsea fan, Levy is the worst, and that Enoch group. I mean, this is a part of the wonderment for me, because as a fan on YouTube, very far away, I can diagnose a lot of our problems pretty easily and straightforwardly. I think a lot of others can. I'm not claiming to be some kind of like, what's that guy's name? Nostradamus or whatever. But it's pretty clear to me and a lot of other people there's a lot of problems here. Outside fans know it. We know it. It's almost like a drug addict at this point, just not wanting to admit that there's a problem and they need to work on something. No, we'll get by. We'll get by. We'll get by. And I don't know. When do we stop getting by, y'all?
You know what I saw on Twitter today, Jacob? I saw a tweet from an Arsenal fan that said, "I hope Tottenham get top 4 over Man United. That way they can still think that everything is fine, and they can give Dyer, Davies, and KANE and Lloris and everyone else a new contract." And I just sat back and thought for a second. I was like, "Damn, even they know. Even they know."
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Going back to that conversation about people saying sell Sonny and KANE, there is a situation where that's a viable thing to do, but we're not going to do it. That's if we're having that massive overhaul of everything. We're starting again with youthful players, players 20 to 25 getting into the side, and you're building for a team that's going to come into fruition 3-4 years time. Sonny and KANE will be too old for that rebuild. So if you are going to go in that route, that's when you could sell them. But if you're not going to do that, you've got to hang on to them, because you're just going to have to get the 1 or 2 players and hope it's enough. So sort of add to the squad and bring them up to a level.
Just an FA Cup. Just an FA Cup. That's all I want.
Yeah, absolutely. Europa League, FA Cup, League Cup, anything, any silverware. Just something over the line to build on, isn't it?
I don't ask for much.
I just made a new little banner.
Can't be choosers, and we are not choosers by any means. So I will take whatever I can get. Europa Conference League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. I don't care, man.
I was listening to someone the other day talking about, and I don't know why this is getting thrown around a lot. Maybe because I've been hearing that Kim Min-jae has like a release clause for 43 million or some shit like that.
I could have got him for like 10.
And instead we got Joe Rodon for like 6 mil more. And we wanted to spend 8 on him, if I'm not mistaken. We wanted to spend 8 on Kim Min-jae. They wanted 10. We said, no, thank you. So we spent 16 on Joey. And Joey ain't played since February 12th or something I saw on Twitter. Ren don't even pick him. He's healthy. He's fit. He's ready to play. But the French side, I mean, they're challenging a few different things. I'm not claiming to know exactly what their ambitions are over there in Stade Rennes. But over here, from what I can see, he's not being picked or used. At least Winks is getting some playing time. I mean, when you loan a player, that's kind of the hope, right? That they're going to get a little bit of playing time. So I'm a little disappointed in that. But I wonder, why is everyone all of a sudden talking about this Kim Min-jae, Joe Rodon thing? Like, this happened when Jose was here, and we didn't really talk about it. I didn't hear too many people moaning and groaning at the time. And now I'm pissed about it. I'm one of those people moaning and groaning. So what's going on here? Can someone help me?
Well, it's just the fact we're missing out on Kim Min-jae at the time when he's in the Turkish league. Such a relatively small amount. And the reports coming in like where he was playing, they're being labelled the Beast and things like that. That's one of those names you get when you really are pulling up some roots, isn't it? It's not just a passive sort of player's nickname. He was dominating, and he was such a cheap value. It was worth the risk no matter what. You've also got the whole link up, because the South Korean part with the continuity getting. It just seemed like a logical thing to go for. Instead, we go for somebody we can see is playing in the lower division and doing okay at Swansea, but why pay the extra on somebody like that? When you got somebody, come on, the Beast. It was there, the Beast. You go for a player like that, don't you? You're hoping somebody's going to dominate the way he has been already. You wouldn't say Joe Rodon was dominating in the lower division. He was just a bright player. That's what everyone was saying. It wasn't like, oh, he's the best player in the championship. He's the best center back in the championship. It was like, yeah, he's decent. We should bring him up. He looks to be a good talent down there in the championship. It's like Danjuma as well. Got another one like it. Just signed him because he had a few good Champions League games. Yeah, bring him in. Yeah. You remember he was Player of the Year for Bournemouth when they were in the Championship as well. I remember because I watched Danny Kiriakou and myself. We watch a hell of a lot of the Eredivisie, both big Ajax fans. I remember NEC.
I go for PSV, Kuva,
NEC,
personally. I don't watch Ajax. I watch PSV matches.
Why PSV? Just because of Simons?
I like Xavi Simons. I like. They also got on loan right now Fabio Silva. He's a young striker for Wolves. I like him as well. I liked watching Madueke. It's a shame that we let him leave. And then they also got another player, this Belgian winger, Bukayako.
Yeah, Bukayako.
I know his name is Johan.
But yeah, at least you didn't say Feyenoord. If you'd said that, I'm leaving.
Oh yeah, it's a big no-no.
No, I like PSV. I think that they get nice young talent, and sometimes I like to watch certain teams in certain leagues, so I'm at least exposed to more than just.
They're like a generic brand Ajax when it comes to developing talent. Like they have home runs here and there, but they don't pump them out as much as Ajax do.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna watch. I don't know. I don't like watching Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga because they're the big poppy.
It's closer this year though. They're not dominating this year, right, Kuva?
Yeah.
I heard Bergwijn's not that good either this year. I heard he's struggling a little bit.
Well, I mean, I've got my German team already. It's Mainz Funfer. It's Mainz. Nobody supports
Mainz.
Yeah.
Funny
enough, both Tuchel and Klopp managed there at one point. But the reason I support them is just one of those funny things. I've played so much Football Manager in the past. I thought I'd want to have a random team rather than playing Spurs all the time. And I spotted this website where you just pay them to get a shirt, and it's a random shirt of any of the top 5 leagues in Europe. And whichever team you get, just go with it, roll with it as a Football Manager idea. That's your new team. And I got Mainz Funfer, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll give it to you. And I just love the club since then.
For me, yeah, that's a great reason. The only team that I mostly keep up with, if they're on and I'm able to watch them, is mostly Wolfsburg, just because one of our strikers was like rumored to be linked there, and I was like, oh, let me look at them. And I had played like a career mode on FIFA, kind of like you're saying, and I was like, I played a career mode with Wolfsburg just to test it out. And there's actually a center back that I actually really like from Wolfsburg that I wish we'd get. He's like 21 years old, Mickey Van de Veen. He's like 6'4", 6'5", 21, so he's still growing. He's pretty quick. He can get assists. He can play a long ball. He'll play that center back, or he can play on the left of a back two. So I think he's a pretty good. Yeah,
Jacob, I watched Wolfsburg for a few years, for a couple seasons, until someone left. And who was that someone, And it was unfortunate because he ended up going to a team that I do not like.
Who?
Kevin De Bruyne. I loved watching Wolfsburg when they had De Bruyne. They were so good, dude. He literally just made the team different. Like when he was in there, it was just different. I also enjoyed watching Hoffenheim when Roberto Firmino was there. Hoffenheim was decent.
Yeah.
Back in the early 2010s. Well, yeah, man.
There was these periods where some of the less They always have these periods where some of the less fashionable teams become quite strong, but it's still always Bayern at the top, isn't it? It's
a smaller team that I enjoy watching from time to time when I can catch them on beIN Sports, because that's what channel the league is on over here in America. Is Nice in France. I've always been a pretty big Nice guy just because they've had some fun players and some good young guys come up in the last 5-6 years or so. And hey, they're putting together a pretty good squad this year too. They're actually not bad this year. I enjoy watching PSG, just especially when Pochettino was there.
I did watch PSG because of Poch.
But Nice is one of my lower tier, if you will, teams of they're not really going to contend for anything major, but they might make a cup run here and there.
I don't know much about Nice honestly, but they sound nice.
They have a really good midfield. They always develop really good midfielders, They have one over there right now, Thuram. His name is Thuram, and he is a beast, absolute beast. He's gonna go somewhere either this summer or next summer for a lot of money. But we'll see.
Sonny's never coming out the box price. Sorry.
Yeah, France have always got a habit of bringing through some great footballers, haven't they? You look at their World Cup squads over the years, but they do tend to make the really rise to fame outside the French league, don't they? It's just not strong enough. There's PSG, and the occasional little glimpses of like a Marseille or a Lyon coming through occasionally, but consistently, it's always just PSG at the top, isn't it?
I like watching Lyon too. Another player before another rival of ours ruined for me. Another player that I used to love watching in Ligue 1 was Lacazette back in the day when he first played for Lyon before moving to Arsenal, and they fucking ruined him for me, man. Like, and same thing with Aubameyang. I loved watching Aubameyang at Dortmund, and Arsenal ruined him for me.
I've been wondering when someone's going to ruin what I do like Dortmund for Giovanni Reina. When they had Holland, Reina, and Bellingham, that was a lot of fun.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Jadon Sancho, yeah. But then I think Sancho was the first one to leave.
And when Royce was healthy.
Yeah. And then Royce, a legend.
Oh, Sancho's been a disaster at Man United, hasn't he?
He has. He walks into this 11,
better recently, but yeah, no, overall, he's been a disaster. Yeah. Because what, they paid 100 mil for him, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and it's like Chelsea have done the same.
I think it was 80.
It was a lot of money anyway. It was you'd expect more from them for that kind of price. Chelsea have done it with Mudryk as well, and Arsenal, of course, with Pepe.
Pepe was another player who played for Nice. Kuva, that was another player who I enjoyed watching, and Arsenal ruined him for me too. Arsenal get a lot of guys from the French league who sometimes, luckily, don't actually pan out to be what they're supposed to be, but they get some really good, promising guys that are supposed to be really good from the French league recently in the past, 5 years or so.
They used to be well known for that because, of course, Wenger, when he was in charge, he'd just bring over the French youngsters all the time. Yep. Such great players he got from that. I was so envious of what they were doing at that point. Mm-hmm. There's nothing more painful than you watch one of your closest rivals being more successful and playing better football as well. That's what really hurt, rubbing it in. I used to love it when not love it. It was always manageable. Before that, it would be chance of 1-0 to the Arsenal when George Graham was in charge of them, and they'd be really boring, but they'd grind their way through things and win leagues and stuff. But we played all the great football. I could cope with that. But Wenger turned all that around, and then we were playing crap football, not winning anything. They're doing bloody doubles and, going invincible in a season and playing great stuff. That is so hard to take. It really is. So I just want them to come off the rails completely now. They've got to either start playing shit football and getting away with some winning a trophy, or they've just got to start playing really bad football if they want that league. Doing both is unacceptable, not for them. City can do that. I can cope with that.
Yeah. I definitely don't mind it if City win. I actually hope they win the league. Their fans are all excited thinking they can do the treble after the damage they did to Bayern. Apparently had Sané and Mane. Little Sané Mane action going on in the locker room. Sounds like some fun. It sounds like there's actually some fire in that locker room. Oh, I remember when we had some of that with Jose, and Sonny and Hugo were wanting to fight each other over some shit. Where'd that passion go? What do we got to do to get some of that passion back? Finn Rickwood says, Enoch out, Levy out, RIP THFC 1882 to 2001. There you go. I don't know why in my head that that song from like Looney Tunes.
I'll probably take 10 years off that. I think the last of our really good Tottenham sides was the 91 FA Cup winning time.
But we won a trophy in 2008, Kuva. We won a trophy, man. The Carling Cup.
Yeah.
Come on. The good times. Let them roll, baby. And to me, that's like, that trophy sounds like the one, like whenever you've had a long night of partying and it's like 5 a.m, you're like, one more? One more. All right, one more. Yeah. And it's like, this isn't going to make me feel better. This isn't going to like continue the night. We're just doing this to do this. And Yeah, I'm hoping for the good times again when we could be at peak business.
However, right now, I would take that Carling Cup victory.
Same here.
I would definitely take it in a heartbeat.
Big up Paul Stewart. Yeah, big up Paul Stewart.
Big up.
Audi Cup people. That's right, Carl. Here's an interesting question. Peter M says, I don't have a Sonny model, but I do have a Spurs rubber duck called Eric the Ducking Defender. Do y'all have any weird Spurs stuff? Michael, you got the Dele Alli.
Yeah, I have a Dele Alli and a Harry Kane.
The Harry Kane's not weird, though. That's
not weird. It's just
that's not weird at all. It's
king shit.
The king. Yeah, I mean, kiss the ring. Come on, it's the king.
I don't think I have anything weird. Not weird.
I want to get one of those little pillows. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
those
With the huge face.
There's like stretched out face. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun to get to. At one point, Arsenal were a nursery for the French national team.
Yeah, without doubt. Without doubt.
Best day of my life winning the Carling Cup. Shows how shit my life has been supporting this fraud club, says Ben Kaufman from the Coffee Company. Big up Ben
coffee
Kaufman.
in England.
Best coffee in England. Yeah. That's what I heard. That's what my homies down the way say.
I just follow them. I've heard.
I've heard from some really reputable sources as well. My in the nose, if you will. And I'm not just talking about the nose the one you sniff with. I'm talking about in the nose. Yeah, I ain't talking about Matoma toes neither. Because guess what? No penalty. No penalty. No penalty at all. I had a signed Sigurdsson ball. It didn't age well. Yeah, you throw that one away.
Sigurdsson.
Go subscribe to Ben Kaufman at the Coffee Company while you're at it. I always say it is the chillest semi-Spurs YouTube channel in the world of YouTube. It is the chillest as well. Shout out Ben Kaufman. Great dude.
I want to give a shout out real quick to the Texas Rangers also for getting a dub while I was there in Dallas. I just want to give a shout out because it is baseball season. I know England, people over there in England don't necessarily watch baseball probably. They don't even care about MLB, but just want to give a shout out Texas Rangers. Let's go, boys.
I don't watch baseball, but if Texas Rangers are doing well, you'll catch me fucking hell yeah, come on Texas.
There's nothing like postseason baseball, man. It's special.
I remember when we were doing well and I tried to watch it, but God, the games are so boring.
They're not.
I can't help it.
They only finish in 2.5 hours now, man.
They are. Yeah, they are. I've been reading about that. Yeah.
So it makes the game better. But another sport that I want to get into is cricket because I know a lot of people in England like cricket. I want to.
Yeah. I was going to mention that as an Englishman. I mean, growing up, obviously football for me first and foremost.
Yeah,
but I didn't mind gridiron. I thought it's okay. I was quite enjoying it. Ice hockey, I'd love that too.
Hockey's fun.
Hockey's fun.
When it comes to baseball, for me, it's probably like cricket is to you guys. It's
boring.
Yeah, just
you don't like cricket.
Just don't. Yeah, I
never really sat down and watched cricket, so I
love cricket because I used to play it. So I think it's kind of you're more into it if you played it yourself, of course. But baseball, I just couldn't get into it at all. I just,
Well, if you do, Texas Rangers, Kuva, that's your team.
See, I couldn't have even told you that the nickname of Texas, the baseball, was the Rangers.
Texas Rangers, just like the old police force that used
Chuck
to.
Norris now. It's just,
yeah, come on, Chuck Norris, exactly. Yeah. And they just got a big fancy new stadium. Built it just across the street from the old stadium, which is I haven't been to the new stadium. I only went to the old one. I have some good memories there. Going to a game is a lot different than trying to watch it on the telly.
For sure.
Watching on the telly is, I may as well be taking it
this year. It's different this year.
I haven't tried it since they did change the rule on that. But anyway, Big Up L says, congrats on your channel growth. Big ups. Thank you. Yeah, we're monetized. We're a little more buttoned up now. Big Up L. Thanks for
I have got a question for you two lads, though.
Yeah, of course.
About baseball. It's always a big thing we saw on movies and things. We'd learn it. Baseball cards.
Oh, they're a big thing collecting baseball cards here.
I
Yes,
know
there are old baseball cards from the 20s, 30s that are worth a lot of money.
Do you get on the card itself? It'll obviously have a picture of the player, but do you get loads of stats down the card as well?
Yes, on the back. It's usually on the back.
That I kind of get it then. Why people would be collecting those?
There's a card of a player named Hannes Wagner that is like the most expensive baseball card in the world, and it's worth millions of dollars. It's crazy. Wow. There's
old classic Babe Ruth.
There's football cards and basketball cards that are worth a lot. There's a lot of sports cards just in general that are worth a lot of money, but baseball, those are the ones where like just because it's so old, like there's just it's been around for so long. Like baseball cards itself have been around for so long that I think that's why they're worth so much over other cards. But yeah, it's a pastime in itself.
Yeah, I think the closest I had to that when growing up was Panini would do like the soccer sticker albums, and you'd buy your little packs with the bubble gum piece in there, and then you got a few stickers. And it was like, that's what he did every week with a bit of your pocket money. Yeah,
I think back then, like way back then, I'm talking about like 30s, 40s, 20s. I think you got them in with a pack of gum. I think that was the thing back in the day, was you got baseball, football, whatever it may be, with a pack of gum.
Yeah. Also, that's just the cards now, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty much just the cards. I don't think that. Yeah, I haven't seen anything with like gum or anything in a long time, at least long time, but. Jacob, you want to get into some Bournemouth preview, my friend?
Are we gonna pick some cherries? Yeah, come on, it's cherry picking time. Come on, line up.
We're smoking that cherry pack this weekend.
Yeah, we're smoking that cherry pack this weekend. You already know.
We are talking about a team that is very far down the table. Very far down the table. I believe they're 15th right now, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe they're 15th on like 36 points or something like that. They are 15th on 30 points, actually. If they had 36 points, they would be above Crystal Palace in 12th place. But alas, they do not, and they are not in 12th place. They are in 15th. Bournemouth, man, they beat Leicester the last time out. I get it. Leicester suck as well. I'm not going to give them too much stock in it. I already told you, Jacob, how I'm feeling when we were talking about the poll earlier, but I'm just going to remind everyone, I'm just on vibes right now for this Bournemouth game, just because I genuinely cannot care less about this Bournemouth team, and I know they're ass. I know they're dog shit. I'm just ready to see some Heung-min Son and hopefully some Harry Kane goals. That's how I'm at right now. That's where I'm at.
This is a team owned by Michael B. Jordan, not the Michael Jordan or Michael A. Jordan. Michael B.
Ramirez.
Jordan.
It's not Michael Ramirez either.
And if it ain't Michael Ramirez, I ain't hear a damn word you said, as far as I'm concerned. So I am not worried about them. The only thing that I think naturally, when your front door doesn't lock or shut properly, and you need extra for, I'm talking about Eric Dyer now in our defense. He's the back door that any robber could literally just breathe on it and it will fall down. You can look at it left, look at it right, and the door's going to open right up for you because it plays sideways. That's how Eric Dyer plays. He plays sideways, crooked, ugly. I'm pretty sure his girl dances on other men at the club. I just heard that, allegedly. I ain't saying I know it for a fact, but these are the type of people I'm saying. We are a liability in the back line, and that's the best way I could put it. When it comes to Eric Dyer, him starting, he's always going to start until he's gone. And I just hate that we're in this position right now because Kiefer Moore is going to put a brace on us again, likely. They start Kiefer Moore. You start anyone who resembles any Kiefer Sutherland could start, and he's going to get a brace. It don't matter who you put out. Any other Kiefers we know out there? Help me out here, Kuba. I feel like you know some Kiefers.
Definitely don't. No,
I only know Kiefer Sutherland and Kiefer Moore, and he scored a brace last time we saw these bastards. You want to know why? Because Eric Dyer.
For the front door, maybe.
He just fits. He just fits right in. Just come on in, take a seat, take whatever you want. And to me,
Dr. Dyer, he does it on the personal level, doesn't he? If it's a player that's been struggling for goals, he can help them out.
That's the thing. If it's not him, it'll be Hugo. There'll be someone helping him, helping whoever it is. You're in a dry spell. You ain't scored in 3 years or something. You're really looking for that goal to say, hey, I'm still here in the league. Eric Dyer's your man. Tottenham is the team to play for. Or
Bobby
play
King,
against.
we have the Skywalk. That's what we have.
We got a Skywalk.
Invest smartly and have great scouts. We invest smartly and have great Skywalks.
We got Skywalk. Yeah, we got Skywalk.
Good night, Peter.
Good night, Peter. Big up. Thanks for tuning into our first monetized. Yeah, thank you for tuning into our first monetized show. Good night. And come on, you Spurs. We play. Let me see. How many hours from now?
Like 14 at this point, right? We're 15 now.
We're under 15. 14 hours and 52 minutes.
There it
We'll
is.
be playing it. So,
I think there's a few things about Bournemouth though that you could say there's still a danger. I mean, it was only a few weeks back they went to Arsenal and they were 2-0 up. That Arsenal had to get the winner in stoppage time now. And,
They've also beaten Liverpool.
Yeah, they did beat Liverpool, didn't they? But I think that was Bournemouth at home. I think they're a little bit more sort of dangerous there. But they are picking up, like, win at Leicester is still a win and away win. They are capable of doing something. But like you said, Mikey, they're down in that mix for relegation for a reason. They are not a good side. So if you can't put them away, you're in trouble. The thing is, are we turning into that club where we can turn up against some of the better teams now and
play down
away, throw points away against the lesser ones? It's possible. Difficult to tell with us. I don't even know what sort of team we are anymore. It's all down to KANE and SONNY again, isn't it? That's where our goals will come from. Can we keep a clean sheet? If we do that, we'll win. If we don't, who knows what the score's going to be. Wouldn't be a cool surprise with a 2-2, but wouldn't be surprised if we win 4-5-0 either.
I see like what I've been feeling is like a 2-1 win, but we are losing 1-0 until like the 80th minute, and then they get an own goal, which then, and maybe like a cheeky penalty or a handball or something, then we get a penalty in stoppage time, and of course Harry Kane's going to bury it.
That would be awful to watch.
Of course. But I mean, wouldn't it be just? Wouldn't it be Tottenham Hotspur if that's how we decide to operate versus the bottom half of the table? Because this is the problem. We play down to our competition. We play up to our competition sometimes, except for, this season most of the time. Which that's what scares me. But you know what? I did say a spicy prediction earlier, so the 20 of y'all watching, you might not agree with this, but that little stretch that we have where we go to St. James and then we play United at home and then we go to Anfield, I'm talking 4 points we're getting out of that. 4 points, bam. 4 points out of that 3-game stretch. I'm calling it. We're going to win 1, draw 1, lose 1.
I think we're going to get 0 points out of those 3 games.
That's what everyone else has said, yeah.
I think we'll get maybe 1. We'll get 1 at home against maybe Man United or something, but I'm not very optimistic about those 3.
I could see us beating Man United, but losing the other 2.
I can't see us going to Newcastle and beating them on the road, or at Anfield and beating them on the road. But that's just me.
I think United losing Rashford is a
the injuries. That's the only reason why I think we'll get a point. That's exactly why Kuva.
He's one of the main players for their.
They just lost Lisandro Martinez too for the season. Yeah. That's a huge blow for Man United.
So certainly is.
Veron's still out.
We are the home side against United, aren't we? Because we are that disgusting 2-0 loss away earlier in the season.
Yeah, it's at home.
Which remains one of the games I was most angry about. I thought we were so pathetic in that game.
It was terrible.
It made me angry.
We were never in that game at any point. At any point. It was bad.
Barely got past the halfway line. Just invited them to attack all games, so they did. I think United had about 30 shots or so, or 28 shots, I think, if I remember right.
Something like that.
It was a lot.
That's fun.
More than they get against anybody, and that's them being a counter-attacking side. Jesus Christ! If we put in that kind of performance again, I don't care. I'm not going to watch it anyway. I just want this season over. Just put us out of our misery.
The summer. I wish we were going on a U.S. tour so we could at least see them in person over here, but they got Chelsea again and
Chelsea, Palace,
and Arsenal. Arsenal are coming.
Arsenal coming, yeah.
Have my eyes out again.
Spoon time.
I think it's probably the most interesting bit about the season remaining, isn't it? It's the title race and then who gets relegated. A top 4 race doesn't interest me. It just doesn't.
It doesn't this season. Last season, I was very much interested and very into it. This season, I don't really. I kind of want Europa. I think that's a little bit above our talent level.
Conference League because I think we can actually win it. I don't think we can win Europa League.
I'm still a little traumatized about Conference League, if I'm honest. Just because I thought we'd win it that first go. How cool would it have been to win the inaugural one? That
It's
really
just
hurt me.
vibes.
L says, have any of you watched the Arsenal doc on Prime? No, I tried. Someone told me to, and I tried, and it just honestly disgusted me. I
would
was
never waste
nauseous
my
the whole
time.
time. I couldn't relax. I felt pissed off. I didn't like what I was seeing. I couldn't watch any of it personally. So
I'm good on that. I would not waste my time on another team. I didn't watch the Man
Remember
City one
early-
back in the day either. I couldn't be bothered about any other team in the league.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's Bob Spur. He's reminding me early start in the morning, Kovacic. Bob does the little 45-minute streams while he's driving to work in the mornings. So
Oh yeah, there you go.
I hop on and co-host with him and sort of.
And then you run the comments, right? Because he's driving and stuff. Yeah, very nice. That's a good way to bring content because I know that people always want to see something out of Bob Spur. So the more they can suckle the teat of the cow that is Bob Spur, the more that people like it. Also, shout out Cinecoms, your movie YouTube channel. We all do some reviews. Still waiting for my invite there, buddy. I was a film. That was my minor in college, but
Dark Knight, best movie of all time. That's all you need to know.
Donnie Darko for me.
But I love both movies. Both.
Donnie Darko's a good one too.
Empire Strikes Back for me, possibly Shawshank Redemption.
No, that's a good one. Honestly, the first 3 Star Wars films for me are just always classic. I can honestly, they still hold up too visually. That's what I think, especially coming from that being that old. No offense, but that old of a film, usually they don't age too well, especially special effect wise. Man United got tough running and European football. Yeah, they do, but I know they want top 4 real bad now. A lot of their fans do feel it, and I can say this confidently because I watched 3 different United shows, and that's about it. But I do know they all didn't expect to be here this season. They're happy to be here, but anything less than top 4 is a disappointment. The trophy for them is not enough to appease them. They want top 4.
Imagine. That'd be nice if I could do that too.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yeah, that's not going to be enough for me. This trophy is not going to be enough for me.
Yeah, for a club like United, that trophy is just a little appetizer, isn't it? They need a main course. Yeah.
Carl Simpson says, if we win the 3 games after Bournemouth, I might need to pay more attention. Kuva, if we win Bournemouth and 2 more, if we win 3 on the rise like that, I guess that'd be 4 in a row technically. I know you're counting Brighton as a loss because for some reason you want to be sympathetic to the damn Seagulls. But would you start watching again if we do 4 in a row wins, 12 points off the jumpity like that?
No.
Nothing can get you to watch.
No. I cannot stand the way we play. I'm happy to see it. The result in the on the
What if we run a formation of 2-8?
Yeah,
2 defense 8.
Though, are we, Jacob? So let's face it. And even if we do, one of those 2 is probably going to be Eric Dyer. So forget it, mate.
That's a good point. But like I started off the show telling Michael saying, honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just I haven't had enough abuse yet to feel that way yet. But I still get sucked in once we. Yeah, Michael's a little numb. I feel that way throughout the entire week. But once we hit that 24-hour window before kickoff, my juices start going. Maybe it's just because I get amped up for the show as well. I enjoy doing a show with Michael once a week. Kuva, whenever you can join us as well. So maybe that's part of it. But honestly, I'm always waking up excited. I'll wake up early tomorrow, start making breakfast and watch the match, and then probably do a little fan show over on the Irish Hotspur. So go check that out if you're in the market for a little fan show. Call in over there. But I don't know. I just get too damn excited on match day, especially because yes, it wasn't the greatest match versus Brighton, but if you look at it at the end of the day, 3 points. My favorite player scored. Our best player scored. It's a good fucking day for me. Again, maybe I just haven't been beaten with the stick enough. I am laying here on the ground, pretty bruised, a little bloody, but I still fucking Annie, that song in the back. The sun will come out. Is in the back of my head. Maybe it's because I played in that. Maybe because I acted in the theatrical version of Annie Jr. at a middle school in Arlington, Texas. Maybe because of that. a song just comes to my mind when I'm feeling down and out, you know. Sometimes I do
change when you have that sort of showdown with Eric Dyer and Ben Davis that he called out the other week. You know, if that you turn up in London and
come on,
get a bit of a beat in there, it's like, you know, perhaps they'll change your mind there.
Honestly, that would be a blast. And my offer still stands. For those of you who didn't know, Ben Davies, Eric Dyer, both of y'all versus me in the rink, in the pit. Doesn't matter. I don't care if we're monetized. Fuck both of y'all. Fight me. 2v1. You're both professional athletes. I'm a stay-at-home dad, so you should be able to kick my ass. But damn it, it's going to feel good when I get a couple on you. I'm just going to say that. Ben Salah Youssef. Hi, Jacob. I'm new to the show. Big up, Ben.
Welcome in.
Welcome in. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. We are hitting 90 minutes here. So I do want to ask everyone to please hit us with your score predictions and goal scores for the Bournemouth game before we end off here. Also, if you want to do a cheeky little super chat, today is the first day of monetization, and you will all be framed in the echelons of my heart, the annals of my dreams. If you so choose that. And I think we'll have memberships for YouTube coming out. They said it after about a week of being monetized, then you can have little culty memberships. So we might bring some soggy undies over to the YouTube. I don't know right now. We'll figure that part out. But big up, Ben. Thanks for joining. We're having a nice little chill party previewing Picking the Cherries. I know we all kind of really gave more or less what we think. Kuva, you're not going to watch, so I'm going to ask you, what are you doing? What is Kuva doing tomorrow during match day? What are you going to be doing before, during, after? How are you vegging out, my friend?
I will be making, first of all, I'll be preparing some enchiladas in the morning.
Ooh, okay, Kuva.
Oh, green
okay,
or red?
Making some Mexican across the pond. I like it.
I love Mexican. I really do.
Hell yeah. There you go,
Kuva. If we have a Taco Bell open up anywhere near me, I've got about 6 months to live.
Enchiladas used to be my favorite Mexican food, and they have been overtaken by flautas in the last few years for me. But enchiladas, red enchiladas, cheese enchiladas are always a special place in my heart.
I like green personally. Green.
I'll take any of them, but red is my preferred. And we have another super chat.
Hey, big up Bob Spur and Cinecoms.
£2. Appreciate
Wasn't
you,
Bob
man.
Spur our
Onwards and
first
upwards
ever super
for your
chat when we
average lot.
first streamed ever? I think he was.
Might be right.
I think he was.
Big up
I think
Bob
it was
Spur.
right
Appreciate
before,
you, man.
Yeah, big up Bob Spur. Big up. Onwards, upwards for you average lot. Big up. Big up. Thank you for the super chat. Celebrating today. That is the first show of monetization where I have not said too many fuck yous yet, but it still remains that word for you, Eric Dyer and Ben Davies. 2v1. Fight me, please. For the love of God, if you're going to keep playing for Tottenham, fucking fight me. Because it's time. A little Royal Rumble down. You can pay for my flight. I'll send you my address. Y'all can come over here, meet me in El Paso, and we can run it up. Michael, I just need you to come film on the phone and just say World Star every time I land a lick. And just say World Star every time I hit him with a little bit of that. Come on, I've been watching UFC. I got a punching bag. Man. That's a Taco Bell comment. Taco Bell here in America, it's actually a running joke that if you get Taco, okay, we got big up Jack. Hey, Jack Kanicki hitting it up with a super chat as well. Says considering Spurs only show up in the second half, the first few rounds versus Dyer versus Davies, versus Dyer and Davies rather should be yours easy. Big up. Hey, that's
as long
true.
As you knock them out in the first round, it's cake.
And I feed into their strengths because they are a second half team. I'm going to get winded very quickly.
Gassed. Yeah, I'm going to get gassed.
I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm not a professional athlete. I'm challenging 2 professional athletes to fight me. No tape on the knuckle, just bare knuckle, like legit bare knuckle. You could tape your wrist if you're afraid you might break your glass little wrists on my face, which you might, because I got this hard Texas chin. Look at that motherfucker. That thing's, you don't just hit that and get away with it. You're getting something taken out with you. And guess what? Both of y'all versus me. It'll always stand. Monetized or not, I'm sorry if the ads will not hit this stream because of my F-bombs and challenging other grown men to a physical altercation. But I mean it when I say it. Eric Dyer, Ben Davies versus Jacob.
I'm filming.
Make it happen.
I'll be there.
Let's get it on. Let's get it on. But big up Jack Kanicki for the super chat, joining the echelons of the annals of my dreams, as I've been saying today. And we'll star that. We'll make sure to thank everyone with the super chats today. Y'all have been immense. It's been actually super cool to see. Michael was super pumped at the very beginning. Was like, man, we could get super chats again. It feels like we back out. You know what I mean? We back out the house. We dress nice. We're wearing the shirt that makes outside. My dad bod look nice tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good. Not too bloated yet, unless we go get pizza or something. But then the shirt might lose its allure at that point. But Carl Simpson, Jacob, us Brits have been starved of Taco Bell. We haven't realized how shit it is yet. Yeah, just give it 30 minutes on your guts after you eat it.
Yeah, when it comes out, you'll realize.
Here's what I wonder, though. Because you're in Europe, there might be some rules that make the food better quality. So they might actually get some decent Taco Bell, whereas we get the borderline dog food Taco Bell. There was a little rascal scandal that came out, Kufa, here in the States. They were testing the meat in some of the Taco Bell meat options, the beef, and it was like barely 5% more passable than dog food. So they were like saying how bad it is, and people still go there. You can catch a bunch of drunk people at the drive-thru, always hitting up Taco Bell late night. It will do damage, but damn it, sometimes it is really good. I can't say I ever had a bad meal at Taco Bell. I'm not gonna lie. It just doesn't agree with you.
Even the pet food over here has to be easily consumable by humans.
That's insane to me. In America, they're just like, yeah, get them. Let them get poisoned. Fuck them.
I know there was a big thing here. Jamie Oliver was kicking up fuss about healthy eating and stuff. And I think it was him that highlighted stuff about the McDonald's here. The fact they used to wipe down all the old meat that was, well past its sell-by date. And they'd wipe it down with this pink shit that would get rid of all the bacteria and stuff. And then just basically cook that up and use it in burger. So that all went, and it's turned into like fresh beef being used. The burgers, you can taste it; they're nice. It's a few years
I like
ago.
McDonald's, to be fair.
Few years ago since I went to the States, so I think it was about 20, I think. But I remember the burgers over there, and I thought, "Jeez, this is not good. This is I really didn't like."
You didn't like the burgers?
No.
Oh man,
In-N-Out Burger was okay, but the McDonald's...
In-N-Out's fire. I just had In-N-Out 2 times in 2 days when I went to Dallas because I can't have it here in El Paso. I love it.
If you're in California, you've definitely got to do In-N-Out Burger. That's the door, basically.
Have you ever had Whataburger?
Nope, didn't have that one.
Well, there you go. That's why. Whataburger, best burger in America.
Whataburger gang, Whataburger gang.
Whataburger gang, always.
Whataburger gang.
Till I die.
Till I die. That's what I'm talking about.
Steaks, but I can't remember the names, and they're all great. I think some of the diners were some of the ones I like the most, though, I must admit.
Just good American diners.
Yeah, just going for breakfast. It was like the first time I had the sort of pancakes with bacon and syrup, and I thought, what the hell are you putting syrup on this for? And then I thought, I'll give it a go with an egg. Oh, this works. Yeah,
the one thing I'll say about English food is y'all know how to make breakfast, man. Breakfast in England is pretty good. At least the ones here.
Yeah.
English breakfast
full
are good.
English, yeah.
With biscuits, gravy, all the good stuff, eggs, sausage. You guys eat with sausage, right? Breakfast sausage with your breakfast, yeah.
I like spicy breakfast sausage personally.
I just put a bunch of fucking Tabasco or whatever it is on my breakfast. I love it.
Back to Mexican food again. I like the idea of breakfast burritos.
Oh yeah, breakfast burritos. Have you ever had chilaquiles for breakfast?
Ooh, chilaquiles.
It's basically like cut up enchiladas for breakfast. So good, man.
Dissected enchiladas.
Yeah.
Chilaquiles.
It's got eggs in there too.
Yeah, you put eggs.
Some places will scramble. Some places will do them sunny side up.
And then
the yolks.
Enchiladas montadas. It's enchiladas with an egg on top. It's so good. An over easy egg on top.
This is. That's That's me done.
Come to El Paso, Texas, and I'll take care of you real good.
Kuva. I'll have about 6 months left in me if I'm eating that sort of stuff.
See, Jack knows about the chilaquiles.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah. L says Whataburger over In-N-Out. In my honest opinion, same here. Whataburger gang, Whataburger gang.
A slight margin for me. I love them both, but Whata till I die. Whata till I die.
I gotta stay loyal. In-N-Out is great, especially, but
I love In-N-Out, man.
Yeah,
I can't get enough of In-N-Out.
In-N-Out
I
is
got
great.
a 3x3 the first day and then a double-double the next day.
I get 2 double-doubles animal style.
I'll tell you what I was really disappointed with when I was there, because we always hear about them on films and stuff. People going, I'll have a chili dog. So I thought, I'm having a chili dog. I've got to see what this is like. This sounds fantastic to me. So I get the hot dog, chili sauce all over it, and I thought, this is great. Bit into it, and it's like, isn't this supposed to be chili? This is like some sort of mild meat paste stuff. I'll just
you got to get the right chili. You got to
get the right chili.
You got to get that right chili.
Yeah. It was terrible. It put me right off it. But
there's something I do enjoy back whenever I was living in the Dallas area. They used to have an annual chili cook-off, and when I'm talking about it was just like
actual chili.
Oh, I just couldn't help but clap whenever I walking through there, because they're just like, you want a bowl of chili? Hell yeah, num num num. You want a bowl of chili? Hell yeah, num num num. And then you just go around and you vote who you think had the best and what you liked about it. And when it comes to chili, I'm a connoisseur of chili. Bin Salah Yusuf says, is Kuva Canadian? I think he's asking because of the Three Spurs Boys logo behind you. But no, he's not. He's an
honorary Canadian.
Honorary Canadian, but he's Scandinavian of sorts, and also just mysterious.
I'm on Three Spurs Boys with Bobby K, who's basically my main man when it comes to the online stuff. Him and Bob Spur and Ben Kaufman are always going back, doing things together. But it's mostly because Kuva and the Kang is on Three Spurs Boys. So another one of supporter of the
tomorrow.
channel.
Go check it out.
By the way, go like and subscribe. By the way,
Ben Kaufman, put the link for the Three Spurs Boys. Plug it for Kuva, because they will be going live with the Kuva gang on the Saturday night. They got that going down tomorrow, so definitely want to check them out. Cursor, bandeja paisa, greater than anything is what I'm reading that as. It's a good vote, honestly. I could talk about food all night, but the question was goal scorers and predictions, and I'm talking about Kiefer Moore and Kiefer Sutherland. We're talking about how did we get to Mexican food? I don't understand.
If you don't mind, Jacob, I'll go ahead and kick it off. I'm gonna say Spurs 3, Bournemouth 1, Kane with 2, Son with 1. What about you, Kuva?
Wait, slow down. Hang on.
3-1.
3-1.
Spurs.
Okay.
Kane with 2, Son with 1.
Okay.
I think this is going to be a really nervy, edgy sort of performance from both sides. There's a lot on the line for both. Bournemouth trying to avoid relegation, Spurs trying to grind the points for the top 4. I think it's been a cagey match, not many chances. So I'm going to go for a 9-9 draw.
9-9
draw.
9-9 draw.
All of the goals scored by Sonny, including the Bournemouth goals.
There's the link for Three Spurs Boys. Go click it. Go subscribe it. Get them monetized so we can have a big super chat party over there as well. Because I've enjoyed the hell out of this. And the greatest part about it is if anyone else can feel this as well. So big ups to everyone who has super chatted or just joined the party along the way. I have starred everyone's predicciones. So before I give mine, I will read yours out. Adrian Shroka, wait, why are they all messed up, man? Hide current comment. Because there was one that I saved. Damn, Adrian Shroka has not changed their prediction. At 4:05, so an hour and 25 minutes ago, said Spurs 6, Bournemouth 0, Kane hat trick.
He's unfazed.
3 mystery goals. I don't know who scored them other 3 goals, Adrian. But you said an hour and a half ago, which big up Adrian, because you're here every time, the whole time. Big shout out to you. I know you haven't super chatted or joined any Patreon thing, but I do want to special shout you out. Yeah, I do see you every week here in the chat. You're a big supporter of the channel as well. I know you're always liking and subscribing and watching. And that's just as valuable as super chatting and all the other business. So big up Adrian. Who's scoring your other 3 goals, though? Because an hour and a half ago, this was their prediction. And then 3 minutes ago, same prediction. Spurs, so has not faltered, has not wavered in their prediction. But I still don't know who the other three are. Maybe it's 2 Kane hat tricks. I don't know. Carl Simpson says 3-1 Spurs. Kane, Richie, and Porro. I love a Porro goal because of the passion.
I like this prediction. I think if we're doing scoring 3 goals, though, I think it's going to be 3 unanswered. I don't think Bournemouth will even score. But I can see Kane, Richie, and Porro to score.
I can definitely see Bournemouth scoring. Kiefer Moore, never heard of him.
First.
Kiefer Moore, yeah, I definitely see him scoring first, too. Or I could see maybe Sonny scoring in the first 15 minutes, again, playing unshackled, because what you going to do, sub me off in 20 minutes? Ryan Mason ain't got that big of balls. I'm sorry. He ain't going to do it. So let him play free. I think we can go up maybe 1.5 is what I'm thinking. And then we could put another. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me get to the comments of everyone else's predictions before I blow my load too soon. Kane, Richie, Porro. I do love a Porro goal just because of the passion that man brings. So I would not be upset with that. And there's Adrian Stroger's original prediction. Rob Ragnarsson says Tottenham 4, Cherries 1. Richie, Kulu, Højbjerg, and Skip to score. Midfield scoring. Kulu on the score sheet. And Richie. Wow. I guess I've seen Richie training photos. So I guess he's going to come in as a sub. A lot of people predicting Richie to score. Hey, why not? I mean, this is Bournemouth. This is the team you should be scoring against. You would score against them if you were playing at Everton still. Let's see it.
Should be a team you should be starting against if he was healthy.
Yeah, and if we were like, challenging on multiple levels at multiple competitions and we could rest and rotate a squad and have a fully fit squad that also can back up another fully fit squad, as much as like the league leaders in Manchester.
That would be nice.
That'd be nice. Todd Spurs prediction says Spurs 4, Bournemouth 1, Kane with 2, Son and Romero. There, that's a nice one, Todd Spurs. Excuse me, that's a nice one. Romero get on the score sheet. We got a Porro prediction of them getting on the score sheet. Ben Kaufman says 4-0 Bournemouth. Oh, don't need your goal scores.
Little reverse psychology going on there.
It's Kiefer Sutherland. Reverse psychology. I hope you're right, Ben. Usually when you predict us to lose, we do win. So keep it up. Bobby K says 3-1 Spurs with no one scoring the goals. Maybe it's Eric Dyer with a hat trick. I don't know.
He's going to have a hat trick of own goals.
Bob Spurs' prediction for him will be 4-1 Spurs.
4-1.
Yeah, it's what Bob Spur is known for. That's
he thinks we're going to score that many.
He always goes for 4-1. Doesn't matter which match it is.
Okay.
My prediction, I'm going to say 3-2 Tottenham Hotspur. I see us going down 2-1 and in the 60th some minute then being like, hey, maybe we should equalize. And then we do. And then I see just some bullshit going our way again. Hopefully, anyway. And I can see us getting the full 3 points. We should. Would I be surprised if we don't? No. But I'm going to pick Kane and Son. And my mystery goal scorer this week, I will say, honestly, I like the Pedro Porro one. I was going to do it, but for the sake of diversity, fuck it. Perisic is going to get some ugly goal probably or something like that. Watch. Maybe Richie, but I'm saying Kane and Son. I do think they visit the score sheet again because Kane is just clinical. He'll find the back of the net some way, somehow. And Son, I think he'll make magic out of nothing like he likes to do because he's just that damn good. There he is again, Youngman Daddy. He's going to get it done. So have no fear. Big ups, everyone. Thank you for your score predictions and goal scorers as well.
I think if I'm going for the serious one, I'll go 3-0 Spurs, 2 for Kane and 1 for Porro.
Porro. I can see Porro definitely getting on there, man.
He likes to get forward and have a shot. I mean, nothing wrong with that.
That is true.
Scored 2 games ago.
Honestly, and I just he hasn't been broken yet by Spurs. So I like
three games
energy.
ago. 3 games ago.
I think it's 3 now, yeah. And it was a banger.
We nearly broke him on his debut, didn't we?
I know, right?
Adrian hit us with the other 3 goal scorers. Son, Kulu, and Danjuma to score the other 3 goals.
Kulu and Danjuma, all right.
Wow. A lot of Kulu predictions to score. He should. This is, again, the team that our front 3 should all be bagging a goal at least. And then even a Højbjerg probably. Actually, let me change. My 3rd goal scorer, Højbjerg is going to score because there's just, when people are shitting on him, even when he gets an assist, myself included, because outside of that assist, he was abysmal versus Brighton. But you know what? He still got the game-winning assist. So, like, how much can you really hate on him? Is kind of how I see it. Like, I can't be too mad at him.
He and Bentoncourt.
We've been missing that man around here.
They've both really come up with a lot of goals and assists this season. We weren't expecting much from them at all, but it's been good.
Yeah, and they've kind of been collectively together doing what I think a lot of people, when they moisten about James Maddison. I've been calling him James Glass Addison, just because I think he's a little fragile, if I could be honest. So you know what? 3v1, James Maddison, Eric Dyer, Ben Davies, all three of y'all versus me. I'm just kidding. James Maddison, I got nothing against you. I don't want to fight you. Unless you come to Tottenham, then I'll question your desires, really, if you do that. Because I got to imagine if Leicester go down, a few people will definitely be going in for you instead of as well as us. So why don't you pick something with a little bit more vision? Something with a little...
Could see them losing a lot of players if they go down. They're going to have to cut the wage bill.
It's going to be Vulture City. You know what I mean? Once you go down, those players aren't going to want to play in the championship next season. They're not going to get up and get motivated. They're not Timu Pookies, all right? Your team ain't filled with a bunch of Timu Pookies. So they're going to get picked apart like vultures. Do as Bobby K says. Hit that like before you go. I am going to end the poll as we speak. We have 43 votes and 40 likes. Hating ass motherfuckers down to 3 this week, so that's not bad numbers by my mathematics. So
turning in the right direction.
Yeah, we had 16 one week, and this week is only 3. So big ups to those who have participated in the poll. Let's see who the winner is. Drum roll, please. Oh, I think we have a tie for the first time ever.
Wow,
we have a tie. How are we feeling about this weekend? 37% and 37% both say nervous, but moist as always. I like that. That's my choice.
At least they're moist.
And then also, we got this. No worries, only vibes.
Wow.
I like that one as well. But those are even. Both of them tied for first place. And in third place, I don't give a damn anymore, really. Says 23%. And then I think one person said, we suck, we gonna lose. So...
I feel that too.
I feel it too. I feel all.
That too.
I feel every single one of them, honestly. Big up Carl Simpson. Thanks for being here. We're at 41 likes with 43 votes. So, hey, at least one of them hating mother. You like the video, and I love you for it. Even if you're just here to, not spread the love. But you know why we're here, and that's to spread the love. Ain't that right, Michael and Kuva? Y'all got any final thoughts for me?
My final thoughts is I hope we win tomorrow, and everyone stay safe out there. That's all I'm going to say. Go Rangers tonight. We're playing the Astros. Fuck the Astros. That's another final thought.
Yeah.
Final thoughts for me. Enchiladas. When you're talking about red and
enchiladas,
green,
there you go.
I think you're talking. I'm assuming you're talking about what color peppers you put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think I should go with? Red or green?
I always go with red. Red never fails,
red's
man.
Nice. It's got that kind of sweetness to it, but then green, just a little bit more savory for me. And I'm thinking, I can't make up my mind. I
like the green personally.
It's going to have like half green, half red. It's.
You know what? Sometimes I like to put both of them in there. Some people say they clash with each other, but at the end of the day, when it all tastes good, who could say who's wrong? You know what I mean? I think green. Yeah. That's my personal favorite. When I make enchiladas, I love green personally, just because there's something about that green sauce that's so good to me.
And I've made my choice on which movie to watch instead of the game. I think I'm going to go for the older Kevin Costner classic, Waterworld.
Ooh, okay. I love that movie. Yeah. That is in my top 10 all time.
It's a good one.
Definitely in my top 10 all time. I just love the idea, like being the Mad Max-esque. You know what I mean? It's dystopian. It's like the end of the world as we know it, and like how is society functioning? And it's really interesting. So, Waterworld, great choice, Kuva. I think that's going to be it for me. My final thought is I'm going to personally just say thank you to everybody who's been here. Yeah, and then a major thank you to the super chatters. So I'm going to say big up Alan Sibley. He came in first. Technically, it was the first one. So big up Alan 10-inch Sibley. Supports us on all levels. Big up yourself, Alan. And at the same time, technically, just a little bit after, was Patty Hartnett wanted to be the first to show some support to his American brothers.
But right after.
Same time, but right after. I got the screenshot.
Flashing the green, isn't he? So that's all you could say.
Hey, there you go. That's a good point there, Kuva. Thank you for that. So big up Alan, big up Patty, big up Ellie with the 3rd super chat in the history of United Spurs of America. Big up Ellie coming in. And then Bobby K from 3 Spurs Boys also hit us with a super sticker, the first super sticker ever, and the first American currency, first currency symbol that I recognize. So big up Bobby K. Thank you for the super sticker. Big up Adrian Chia. Hit us. I'm not sure what currency this is. But they hit us with the 2 of it, so I don't know what that is. But big up Adrian Chia, thank you for hitting us with the super chat. The largest super chat of the night from Mile High Hotspur. That's Leo Coys and Parker. Go check them out at Mile High Hotspur. They got a great show they do every Thursday night. It says big up to you guys. Hit us with the $10 super chat. Big up yourself as well. Big up Cinecoms and Bob Spur TV. It says onward and upwards. He's hitting the super chat party. And last but not least, I can't say thank you enough to Jack Kanicki as well, rounding us off with the super chats tonight, saying considering Spurs show up in the second half, first few rounds versus he's ready for the fight. I'm ready for the fight. Technically not technically ready, but always ready for the fight versus Ben Davies and Eric Dyer. I'll get motivated anytime for that. But big up Jack, Cinecoms, Leo, Adrian, Bobby, Ellie, Patty, and Alan. Thank y'all so much for showing some love and hitting us up with the super chats on the first day of monetization here.
By the way, SGD Singapore dollars. I just looked it up.
Oh, there we go. And we got Singapore dollars shown in here. Come on now. That's pretty diverse. That's pretty damn diverse. And that's cool as hell. Y'all have made my night. So even if we go out there and lose to this damn Cherries, you know what? Y'all have made my evening. Ben Kaufman's hitting the links. Do go subscribe and show love to everybody if you can. It takes 30 seconds tops to go subscribe to all them people posted in there. So go do that. That's another thing we like to do here. Never shy about sharing everyone's links. It's all love over here. It's all love over here. So
and that's never be shy to talk about Mexican food and get away from the football. Yeah.
And never gonna pass down a chance to talk about Mexican food. I love Mexican food.
And never going to pass down a chance to throw my offer. Ben Davies and Eric Dyer. 2v1. Come on, motherfuckers. Fight me now. Fight me now is how I feel. But thank you so much for everyone who has tuned in. Thank you as well to the patrons of the channel. We got a little special countdown shout-out video for y'all. So we'll be playing those, counting down the streams from now on. Just thanking the patron members. Patreon link is in the description of this video, so if you do want to become a patron member, you can click that, select your tier, and I will add you to the countdown video, and you can see your name. I might even add some photos. I don't know. We might get more creative with it, but I made that last night. I hope you like it. I won't play it with you again, but Michael, you got anything else?
Nah, nothing else. What about you?
Nothing. I'm feeling gravy, man. Everyone's made my day. Hit the likes. We've had a great show, almost 2 hours long here. Kuva joined us. We're monetized. I wasn't cursing too much. I did curse some, but not too much. So I'm pretty proud of myself for that.
It was quite a lot. It was quite a lot.
Thank you guys for listening so much to the United Spurs of America podcast. Thank you to Kuva, as always, for joining us. He's almost a regular here at this point, and I'm not complaining by any means. Thank you so much, Kuva, for joining us once again. We always appreciate your company here on the United Spurs of America podcast. Jacob, thank you as always as well, man, for being on here with me. And to everyone going to the game tomorrow and this weekend and for the rest of the season, really, be safe, be loud, be proud, and we'll be watching across the pond on the telly. Big up the lads. And Jacob?
Come on, you Spurs. Pluck them damn cherries.
Coys.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.